So, continuing kind of chronologically, are you coming back? Why don't you give us a little bit more detail about your work with Filipino World War II veterans and their
Mhm. Yeah, so I moved back in 2007. So we were launching this alliance of some of the primary Filipino political groups, both nationally as well as locally, right? So San Francisco's Veterans Equity Center, in LA, some of the groups there that served the veterans, like including the Filipino American Service Group Incorporated, which was a direct service group agency that supported seniors and Filipino World War II veterans. So when I was in LA, I actually was housed at FOSG because we were starting this national network for veterans equity. Uh, so I came back to DC to kind of anchor the community mobilization effort. So we had our first hearing for the bill in January 2007. You know, the bill, we actually were able to get a bill passed in the Senate, in 2008, and essentially just ran out of time. So I remember actually very clearly Senator Inouye, his one of his key staff persons, Marie Blanco, who continues to be involved in the issue to this day. She ultimately was his final chief of staff before he died. But back then, I think she was his legislative director. But I remember her calling us to his office and saying that, it was November of 2008 already. And, we were running out of time to pass the bill in the House. And so she said, that Senator Inouye was going to move to create this compensation fund. So that was going to be the victory that we were going to get. We weren't going to get the full bill that we wanted, but we were going to be able to get this compensation fund that would provide a one-time payment to veterans. So $9,000 for veterans in the Philippines and $15,000 for veterans here in the US. And so, it was a partial victory for us, but it was a victory that we took. And so, so it was actually one of the first bills that President Obama signed into law when he became president, after his inauguration in 2009. So that was, so doing work on that campaign and working with veterans in LA, having lunch with them because I was working at FOSG and the aunties would cook lunch for us, was, a time that I always look back on fondly, being part of that historical victory for them. It is an honor of a lifetime for me in a lot of ways. And so I will always be proud of the work that we did. Did we get the bill we wanted? No, but, we were able to get a victory and really make an impact on those veterans' lives who ultimately were able to receive that benefit.